Welcome to Roblox Eyewitness, where today we dive into a brand new concept in the world of Roblox stores. Meet the guppy, an entirely fresh addition to the giggle species, or at least that's what I'd like to say. In reality, this little creature doesn't exist, but let's not allow facts to get in the way of a great story. A while back, I crafted a video that introduced my concept of an intermediary developmental stage between a giggle and a grumble, something I called a growl. If we follow this logic, then a grumble begins its life cycle as a giggle, matures into an uninfected screech, then transforms into a growl before finally evolving into the monstrous grumble we know today. But what comes before all that? What if there was a stage even younger than the giggle? That's exactly what we're exploring today. This video is all about uncovering the lost infancy of the grumble species. Let's jump in. First, let's establish some ground rules. As a grumble develops, its body undergoes several distinct physical changes. We can gauge its stage in the life cycle based on size, number of tentacles, eyes, and teeth. For instance, an uninfected screech is larger than a giggle and has more teeth and tentacles. While it may seem like it lacks additional eyes, that could be due to its black, goopy exterior obscuring them. By using this logic, we can start to piece together what a pre-giggle entity might look like. Since we're focusing on an earlier stage of development, this entity would have fewer features than a giggle, less than 4 tentacles, 6 eyes, and 11 teeth. It would also be much smaller in size. With these factors in mind, I present to you the guppy. This little guy has just 3 tentacles, 3 eyes, and a mere 4 tiny teeth. Lore-wise, this design fits within the evolutionary trajectory of the species. Now, you might be wondering, why is it called a guppy? And why does its skin look so smooth? Well, for starters, it isn't actually smooth, it's wet. Due to its minuscule size, a guppy wouldn't survive on land. Instead, I imagine it as an aquatic creature that thrives in the flooded rooms deep within the minds of Roblox doors. Think of it like a tadpole. It begins its life in water before eventually transitioning to land. Because guppies spend their early days submerged, their skin remains slick and moist. Using their 3 tentacles, they become adept swimmers, gliding effortlessly through water with remarkable speed. This aquatic nature plays a significant role in their function within the game. While most entities indoors are either outright harmful, completely neutral, or mildly helpful, the guppy is unique in that it can be both an ally and a nuisance. If you've followed my channel for a while, you know I appreciate entities that interact dynamically with players. That's why I took inspiration from Sally's mechanics to design the guppy's behavior. Whenever you enter a flooded room, you might encounter a group of 3 to 4 guppies darting through the water. However, there are 2 distinct types of guppies, those with empty mouths and those carrying an item. The ones with empty mouths? They're the troublemakers. The moment a player steps into the water, these guppies will rush toward them, snatch a random item from their inventory, and flee. If you want your item back, you'll have to click on the specific guppy 3 times. Sounds simple, right? Not so fast. These little thieves move at lightning speed, and with multiple guppies around, it's easy to lose track of which one took your item. If you manage to click on the guppy 3 times, your character will squish it, forcing it to drop the stolen item. But here's where things get tricky. If you're playing solo and all 4 guppies decide to rob you at once, you'll have to retrieve each item individually by catching every single guppy. On the flip side, there's a second type of guppy, one that spawns with an item already in its mouth. These items typically aren't of high value. Think coins, bandages, or glow sticks. However, on rare occasions, they might carry something more useful, like a lighter, a piece of bread, or even a chunk of cheese. Unlike their thieving counterparts, these guppies don't actively seek out players, but they can still be squished to drop their item, providing an opportunity to collect minor but helpful resources. Catching them isn't easy though, as they're just as quick as the mischievous guppies. Ultimately, the purpose of this mechanic is to make flooded rooms feel more interactive, introducing a lighthearted yet engaging challenge that blends risk and reward. Sometimes encountering guppies will be a hassle, but other times they might just save your run. Just like my concept for the growl, this video serves to expand on the theoretical development of the grumble species, giving us insight into their early life cycle. Of course, I took some creative liberties, particularly with the aquatic nature of the guppy. But hey, a little imagination never hurt anyone. If we now factor in the guppy alongside the growl, the full life cycle of a grumble would look something like this. It starts as a guppy, then evolves into a giggle, matures into an uninfected screech, then develops into a growl, and finally transforms into a fully fledged grumble. Technically speaking, some grumbles even ascend to become queen grumbles, making that the ultimate final stage of growth. So, what do you think of the guppy concept? Do you like the idea of a playful yet troublesome entity swimming through the flooded rooms of Roblox doors? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in to Roblox Eyewitness. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay alert, because in this game you never know what might be lurking around the corner. See you in the next one.